Hello, everybody. I am out here building. My base has gotten too small, and I really couldn't imagine that because I thought I had made a really large area, but as you build buildings, they just keep on taking up room. So I've got an idea of something here, and I really do overlook water, like overlooking water. What I did was did a little bit of landscaping and expanded this lake or pond. I guess you'd call it a pond out. I think what I'm going to do is make some waterfalls to a little river that might come down from the mountain into here. But what it will lead into is I'm thinking of making two large towers. They're going to have a bridge. Up there's a what do you call it? Portal there. Got to watch out for those bad guys. What's the rift activity? Medium. So all right. Well, I got a couple hours of building left. So when you make it now, I got to remember to make it really big because you always make things too small and then you need to expand. So I've got a really great idea. These two towers, and then along the sides are going to have kind of like a strip mall. Like you're going to have like some roofs, and then you'll have little rooms there, and it'll be enclosed in like a courtyard, which will be right before you get into the main part of the base there where all the industry stuff is, like the farms and all the steel making and windmills and such. So I'm going to try to see what I can make out here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm almost out. What do I got? Got any left? I think this is number 8, but now I got to go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. 9, and 10. Alright, I don't think it's 10 though. Doesn't feel like 10. Let's count it again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh wow, I got 12 out here. So I need to cut it off there. Good thing I counted. I think I would have learned that in kindergarten. Alright. And this is polished granite I'm putting down. By the way, I'm playing 1.2.1.6. I have not upgraded to the new version. There's too many mechanic changes, too many mods I have that won't work with it. So I'm just having fun in the late game here, that you have all the resources to... Oh, what am I missing here? All the resources that you can do pretty much whatever you want. That's right, I gotta come out to because I was out to, here we go, 1, 2, right? And then I think I'm gonna put doors right here, right? Oops. Darn grass. Makes me think I'm on that block. And then one of the features I wanted to have are these bottom levels to have like pretty big windows. But I'm going to have higher levels that are going to have some nice window views too. But so let's go get the bricks now. Now, I'm debating on whether I want to do the bricks the way they are or the... I've got my supplies out here. I always like to do this when I build. I like to... Uh-oh, my stomach's going to start growling soon. Now, I've got these bricks. And I'm pretty sure I got the schematic that'll make it uneven. And I think I like the way that looks better. So, it doesn't matter which kind. Yeah, I need a stonemason's one. And it's 1 for 1. And then it gives it that rough look on it, like it's been worn. Instead of this pristine look, which I like that. I like the lived-in look. A lot of people like to make perfect buildings, but I like to, you know, things that you have, they get lived in or weathered, and sometimes there's a character to that. Some people try to purposely put patinas on things. Alright, so stonemasons. Farmers, tinkerers, metal, paver, storage, carpenter, roofing. I know I've got stonemasons. Okay. It's in this one. Aha. So, if I take that with the stack of these, let's see. Now it's going to make me look up the recipe again. Oh, I need mortar. Okay, that's fine. I got lots of mortar. Let's go get some mortar. Small price to pay to have some cool looking bricks. I got a whole mess of mortar I made. It's in here. So if we take this and this and this. Come on, man. The bricks first. Had it reversed. It's being so picky it even needs to be the top one. What's going on? Large bricks running bond. Large clinker bricks running bond. Okay. So you've got mortar and you got the stonemasons, and I got the stonemasons. So what's the dealio? Will it not do it for the clinker ones? Because that really stinks. Oh, that's a bummer. That kind of takes away from the whole effect that I wanted to have. Alright, so mortar. I've got mortar. I've got those. Will it let it do it? Let's let it cycle through. Brown, white, cream, or whatever. There's gray. There's orange. There's red. Tan. Black. Brown. No, it won't do the clinkers, will it? Oh man, I should have used this when I was making the bricks too. I didn't realize it. That it gives you... Oh, wait. Okay, so it's just telling you what mortar can make. Never mind. So apparently you can't make uneven clinker bricks, which is what I have. And clinker bricks are kind of the ones that are like really, really cooked. Almost like you would say burnt. And they have a certain clinking sound, so I think that's where they get that name, clinker bricks, but I like the variation in them. So why don't we do something like that with windows, right? And then I'll do whole front windows. So what do I got in the middle here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I do 3 and 3, I think I'm good. No, too many. It's got to be 2 and 2. 2 and 2, right? There we go. And on the side, will I have windows like that too? And then close off this door area the same. Or does it matter? I don't think it matters. So why don't we do a really good view. And we'll do the same on here. And this bottom floor will probably be 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Why does I must have counted off on something because I got 3 in the middle there, but 2 in the middle there. But that's all right. We'll go with it. All right. We've got the basic framework, I think. All right. Did I go too high? Nope. All right, starting to get dark. But maybe we'll have a basic idea of what I'm doing here. I should go up 4. Should I leave it 3 high windows? I think 2 high is good on this floor. All right. Let's continue with what we're doing here. I think you're kind of getting the idea. Won't be able to get to that one, just too much of a stretch. We're going to have a building like this. By the way, none of this is going to be functional stuff with like kitchens and so on. I have that house I'm going to convert completely over to the kitchen. Pardon me. I'm going to convert it completely over to the kitchen just because I just need more room. I'm got way too much food. I really love that expanded food, and I'm making all kinds of crazy stuff. So I need all kinds of syrups and all kinds of things. Oh, see, the bad guys are coming out. Well, let's go step back and see what this looks like. Yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. I like that. Alright, I knew he was coming. Get lost. Close up. Goodbye. Up, and I'm hungry. Alright, let's get some food in my belly. I got no food on me. Uh-oh. So my thing is, come out here. These towers and these doors eventually will come out and we'll open up the front of this house into that. But let me stop this stupid food thing going on here. There we go. This is some chopped cabbage and pumpkin juice soup with boiled chopped onions and stewed red beet. Yummy, yummy. And if we look over it, it has 900 satiation, protein 300, vegetables to 900. So this is a pretty big meal to eat. You can see it filled me up 3/4, and it satisfies the vegetable part of you really good, and then a little bit of protein. I try to balance them out as much, but this is just what I came up with this recipe. I had some carrots that were going bad, so I made them into juice and then made that into soup. And guess what? While I was in the southern region, I came across a panda bear. So I've got my first panda bear rug. Loving it. Alright. So how bad is it out there? Can I continue to build or what? I guess we'll keep on building until... You know, maybe I'll just finish this half, because if there's anything... I thought I saw a bullthorn. It was just stupid grass. If there's something I don't like, then I don't have to tear down 2 of them. I just gotta tear down 1. But I'm wondering, this front part here, I think I take away these. I think I leave it all open. Yeah, leave that open. No obstructed view. I'm not going to do the leaded glass. I'm going to do regular glass so you can see right through it. Alright. So, the back here, you really don't need this open, because this is going to be buildings attached to it, actually. So why don't we close those up? Alright. I like having all these other windows open. Maybe at some point I'll put some skylights, or not skylights, but some windows in there. Alright. So, this didn't take too much brick either. How much did it take? Is this only the 1 stack of 64 I had? Let's see how many more bricks I've got. Okay, so I need 1 more stack for there. And then I have another 20, yep. 20 here. Let's put these chisels away. So let's put all of them in here just so we know what we're keeping. So I need 1 stack of these for the other buildings so far. And then we can split between 80. Okay. So now we've got this building. And then we've got the other one. Oh yeah, I got to think about how to get upstairs too. How am I going to get upstairs? Do I just make an upstairs in one of the buildings? And then you cross over on the bridge? I'm going to have to think about that now. But why don't we do what we did with this other one? Alright. Oh. And then we're leaving all this open. Okay. And then we're doing this across, right? Okie dokie. Let's get this one done. I don't like building at night because you don't see the colors, how they match together as much. I mean, I can see where I'm going, but you don't get the full effect. Shoot, did I get 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I had to go in, what, 1, 2 here, and then 1 there. Oops. Too low. We'll reclaim that in a minute. Okay, that's the front. So we went again. We didn't do the whole wall. Actually, you know what? If I'm going to do the wall, I think it would look better like this if I'm going to do a window. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fill in the whole back wall. Because like I said, I think there's going to be some buildings attached to this. So I'll knock out a wall if I think that's what I need. I'll probably end up putting some window somewhere like here or something. Matter of fact, should I just do it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'd have to do, since it's not odd, 1, 2, 3, right there. Maybe I'll do a window up high like that. 1, 2, 3. Of course, you know, I'm going to be doing trim and fancy stuff on here, but these are just the gutted buildings. So my idea is I want to do this about 3 stories high, and then along the top make a huge deck, and on the huge deck part just have one big, I don't know if you call it ranch or whatever, just one level big building made out of that. So I think I want to now, and I want it to fade as it goes up. So I think I'm going to separate it with some aged wood that I have, and separate that and do the floors with aged wood, and then transfer into some brown bricks that I have an abundance of, and make a similar layout like I'm doing here. As a matter of fact, I might even make less windows on this too, now that I'm thinking about it, because you got these huge windows here. You have some 2 nice windows out here. I don't see why you need all these window space down here. And I could put more stuff on the walls and store things better. All right. Yeah, I like that better. And these clinker bricks, when you make them, you get 32 when you make it with the regular any other stuff, but if you open all the kiln doors to make it clinker bricks, you only get 20 out of it, so you lose some of it. Ooh, wow, rift activity's high. I'm surprised I haven't gotten bothered yet. What time is it? It's even 1 o'clock in the morning. That surprises the heck out of me. Maybe I just jinxed myself. But this is going to be a cool view, guys, because we're going to have some water running down from the mountain. Probably allow me to do some kind of automation with the water wheel. And I know this seems a little off, but I'm not worried about getting exact center here. It's too big for you to even notice it. So yeah, so I think we've got a good start here. And then I'll put a layer of the aged wood on top. And I'm not even going to try to go crazy with any shapes or make octagons or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight up with it like it is. I don't want to, I don't know. I think for what I want, this is probably going to be the best way to do it. I think the next floor will have less windows, and there'll be maybe more functional stuff. And I'm even thinking, you know, so now when I do this, I'm thinking of doing like a strip down here, right, of all buildings that come into here. And I'm thinking of doing like a bakery and you know, where you do the leather or whatever it may be, and do it almost like it's a, you know, like a marketplace off of here, and have all the buildings out here. And I'm actually thinking of getting rid of the house then. Maybe I'll knock it all down. There is the basement down there, which is great, and we can make something above ground to Well, I mean, I've got this to get into the basement, so technically I could do that, or maybe I'll just make this into something. But my thought is to just once I um, once this isn't like a house anymore, I could take the dining room stuff out of here. I could probably even take these counters out. I'm probably going to do like a very small kitchen in there just to make some basic things like one stove and one top, but make this, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just want to build. And by the way, my new favorite lanterns are these bismuth lanterns. I have a whole mess of bismuth. I'm going to make a bunch more of these green lanterns. They look so flippin' cool, this color like that. It reminds me of that like rainbow iridescent color you see on different metals. Like you know, you can see it on a pocket knife. They make some of them like that. All right, let's look at our crops here. See what we got going. We've had a pretty successful harvest thus far. My amaranth, which is a grain, is going well. Soybeans are coming up. This is the second time around with those. Got cassavas. More cabbage. Peanuts are getting close. All right. I'm going to have to water all this stuff. Let's go check on our other farm here. Peanuts are close here too. Again, I'm going to have to water this. So cabbage is done for them. They're done. I'm going to have to harvest these. Looks like soybeans are done. More parsnips are growing slow. Parsnips are really for cold weather, but I threw some in here. Oh yeah, the rye too. Darn it, rye doesn't like hot weather. I should have known that. I put it in the greenhouse. Oh well. Onions are almost done, and then I did some rice in here. Great. Honey is producing. This is my yield so far. So what do I got? 16, 32, 36. I think I already squeezed some out. They'll be done in a day. So I don't know. This is a little baby cow that just spawned out of nowhere. All my girls are doing well. Let me see if some can be milked. She's the pregnant one. Oh, let's get milk from you. Alright, we'll dump it there. Another one can be milked. Cool. She's pregnant. Another milker. I'm going to actually drink this whole bucket so I can make sure I stay up on my... When you look here, oh, my dairy is actually really good, so... But, you know what? I'm still going to... Well, yeah, I'll put it over there. Alright. More milk there. I think that's it. Oh man, now we got two bulls. We got, what, one generation 5, one generation 6. I'm going to have to get rid of that generation 5, dude. Let's see if these jerks will let me milk them. They're still too high generation, and they're stubborn as heck. They like to fight you. Alright, I'm going to... Go on, go away. Nope, no milk there. See? She's pretty darn aggressive. Well, I did hit her. In her defense. And I've got to design this thing better, too, because it's too hard. They're too low a generation, so they still have too much aggression, and it's hard for me to get in to milk them. See, she's stressed. Oh, here she comes. Yeah. And they don't milk well. The generation 1s and Rams, they stink. Just keep on trying, and sometimes out of odds, you'll get one out of every 10 or 11 attempts on these ones. You could see the cows, they'd milk real easy. So move then, if you're not going to let me milk you. Oh, there's another male that grew up, so I'm going to have to kill him off. Oh, she's still... See, it's a waste of time. I might as well just knock her off. I do have a lot of fruit trees that came in this year, so after they vernalize from this winter, they need to go dormant, and then the next season they can produce fruit. It's called vernalization. So I've got a bunch of trees that actually took. Oh, running into some branches here. Let's go here and here. This one will be ripe in a little while. This one's still a young one. This one will be ripe in a while. Pumpkins, I probably should cut these out and try another batch, but I got so many pumpkins. Here's another young one. Look how many of them took. A red apple, pink apple. I can't wait till that one blooms. They got nice leaves. Most of these ones that are going right now are like pears. It's got some rabbits. You know, if you heard that sound over there. I think I made the mistake of breeding some rabbits in here now, and they're running wild. So I got a feeling they're going to be like rats, and I'm going to have to call them. So here's something new. I made a kiln. It's called a beehive kiln, and it is made out of refractory bricks, which are the same that the where you make the steel is made out of. So it allows me to make a whole mess of ceramics in one big batch, but moreover, depending upon how many doors you leave open here is what colors they turn out to. So for example, the clinker ones, I left all doors open, so it got really hot in there or whatever it gets, and it made them like that color. If I leave, I believe if I leave two doors open, they'll turn into red. If I leave another one closed, it'll turn into whatever color. And they all have the different colors on there. And it's nice now because it gives me a variety, but also when you're doing stuff in the kiln, I can only do 12 bricks at a time. Here I can do 500 bricks. Also, when you do it in the regular pit kilns like I have in here, you have to use grass and sticks, and it just takes up so much grass and stick that you have to worry about it. Whereas in here in the pit kiln, you can use coal or charcoal or any one of those, but you can use peat also. So I just use peat, and peat's real cheap. It does make it go a little bit longer. I've already got it fully loaded with peat right now, ready to go, but I didn't want to, and I'm probably going to dress this up instead of just having dirt, but I didn't want to just waste all that peat on one little load of shingles here. And the shingles I'm making into ceramic shingles, which then you can turn into tiles, which you can turn in for the floor, the red tiles. I also have the schematics to do that, which I found in a ruin. So, yeah, I'm trying to max out the base and have as much fun as I can end game right now, because when I start it with the new version, there's going to be a learning curve of me learning all the new stuff, and I'm going to have to start over with nothing, right? So, hey, Marco, got anything to trade? What do we got? I got a resonator, leather reinforced shield. I can make a shield, but sometimes it's nice just to buy them. I might buy it, but I think I got one. This one's 7 HP damage, absorbed one block. So what is it? Just an ornate leather reinforced. No, I want to make one that has metal reinforced. What will he buy? So he'll take a gold. That's 17 gears. I do have that painting if I wanted to sell it. I'm wearing that shirt. If I wanted to sell him the shirt off my back, I'd get 8 gears right now. I do have a golden necklace, but I think it's my only one, and I already sold him one. Noble fur collar, I do have one. It was what I was wearing before the one I'm wearing now, so I could sell that one for 5 gears. So there's some money to be made. This is part of the mod. If you remember, I used to have village people walking around and stuff, but I stopped doing it because every time there was a temporal storm, I've got the guards out, but they couldn't protect everybody, so they just all the villagers would end up dying after every temporal storm, and then you'd have to get them come back, and then quite honestly, they used to get in my way. Like if I wanted to go into my basement, for some reason they were so gravitated towards my basement where my food was, and then once they get stuck in there, I go down there and there's like 8 of them running around in my way while I'm trying to get stuff. So let me go back and look at this and see what it's starting to look like. I think you'll see my vision in a little bit here once I start building it out, but for now, I'm going to cut the stream here, and I'll come back when I got a couple more layers and you guys can get a little bit better vision of what I'm doing here. And honestly, I might change a few things in the meantime. Now that I'm looking at it, it needs some depth, so maybe I'll try to make some bay windows or something that stick out. Maybe that would be cool. I've never attempted to do that, but I could try to do that with some glass chiseling. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Thank you very much for watching Vintage Story with Fish on version 1216. I hope you're having a great day. Please like, subscribe, and come back and watch the next one.